So here, Luke, while setting his tone in history, his time in history, he's setting the tone for what's happening in Judea, right? Luke is wanting us to feel an overwhelming sense of darkness that looms over God's people through the civil leaders and the religious leaders. Meaning what? That there needs to be a change. And Luke then introduces John on the scene. The last time we saw John was in Luke chapter 1, verse 80, when we read, the child grew up and became strong in spirit, and he was in the wilderness until the day of his public appearance to Israel. So now, some nearly 20 years later, John is preaching in that same wilderness that he was growing up in. And the way Luke reintroduces John is awesome. If you saw it in verse 2, he says, God's word came to John, the son of Zechariah, in the wilderness. Why do I say that's so amazing? We cannot forget that God has been silent towards his people for the last 400 years in Israel's history. There hasn't been a prophet. There hasn't been one who proclaimed God's word. And here we read that God's word came upon John. God is starting a new thing with this man, John. God is once again speaking to his people through a prophet that he has chosen. And he is speaking through this prophet who is living in the wilderness,